It's week 5 of the 2025 season, and our focus goes to Jalen Johnson, who got himself a pick last week in a boatload of tackles. It's the 49ers and the Hawks on Monday Night Prime Time.
It is a part of the country that could definitely use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we wind up week 5 with a good battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
This is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Out of the gun now on third down. He finds his man, complete. It's Zimmerman. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 15 carries, 79 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On first down, it's Zimmerman. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know at this point they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll drop to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Bates. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 91 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bush. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Bates. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
The Seahawks are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign.
They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On third down, Zimmerman. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
On 1st and 10, Goff.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw. Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Goff. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Here's Goff. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
A throw over the middle taken in. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw into the hands of Fan. 2nd down and 3. Now Goff. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2. Goff. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They begin with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's Zimmerman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Try to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Zimmerman.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They'll look to throw again.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Henry out of the pistol. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Again, it's Henry. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit him on those short passes.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage. And boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bates.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Henry trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
2nd and 1. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jamison Williams.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 31, Goff.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Akers back-to-back catches. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again, Goff.
He's got his big tight end, Fant.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Gone. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On fourth down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Fielded at the 20. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
From the 31, Goff. And he wisely will throw that one away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Goff.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Throwing on third, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw here.
He'll find Williams on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A first down carry for Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now back to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm. And they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bates.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
They'll set up a throw. He finds Hopkins complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A give to Henry. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Zimmerman, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from going up by 30.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They'll run on first down. Zimmerman.
He'll take this to the 46.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And room there to work it inside the 25.
119 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a third and goal situation. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Javon Kinlaw with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
From the gun on third down, Goff. To the right side, and he's got more, complete.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now Goff on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Again, Goff. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 43-yard line.
127 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bates.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
2nd and 6. His throw incomplete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And that's complete to Shepard.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Goff on first down.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 1st and 10, Goff. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Goff. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind. Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Derrick Henry. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. On 1st down, it's Goff. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 2nd down, they go again with Henry.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Seahawks, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.